It's okay, we've been here before. Carry on the light, they won't know it hurts more. We can pull apart time, this will last forever. You should learn to be kind. It always ends in fire. It's okay, we've been here before. Carry on the light, they won't know it hurts more. It's okay, we've been here before. Carry on the light, they won't know it hurts more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HP Podcast. This is episode number 368. I'm Ben, and with me here today are the beautiful boys, as always, Brandon and Davey, or Bando and Davey, or Bandon and Davo. However you want to refer to them, they'll answer. Boys, how you doing? Dave, start with you.
I'm good. It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody in the audience we can't see.
Yeah.
But I imagine they're there. Yeah, we missed last week. And I missed being here, as I always do when we miss a week. We went a long time without missing a week. And then lately we've been missing a lot of weeks just because of life. So
Yep.
it speaks volumes to how when we do miss a show, how I feel like I'm missing something from my heart on that Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time on Ben is Handsome on YouTube. So yeah, this has become a fixture of my life, and I miss it when it isn't there.
Now, do you think that happens when you miss 1 week, like when we're gone for a week,
Yeah.
which isn't very often, but it happens occasionally. Do you think if like 2 weeks went by, which if we missed 2 shows, it would really be 3 weeks in between shows.
Yeah.
Do you think the darkness would start to fade? Like you'd be like, oh, that's not so bad.
Eventually, I mean, that's how that stuff works. Time heals all, but it's just a question of how long would it take before, like, I completely felt I would have to fill it. I'd have to start a new podcast to forget about this one.
Yeah. What stage of grief do you think 3 weeks is?
Denial.
Denial, yeah.
Denial
yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
The D in denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be in denial after 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
What stage would you be in, Ben?
What are the stages again?
Let me see. Stages
Fear leads to
of-
anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Brandon doesn't know what that means.
Shock, denial, anger, bargaining, guilt, depression, acceptance.
So denial's only the second circle of hell.
That's
Okay,
what
I thought it
this-
was further.
That's
but-
what this very quick. Yeah, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. This one has
Oh.
denial as the first one. But this other one has something before. What does it say? Shock/disbelief is the first one on this
Yeah,
chart.
that makes sense.
I mean, isn't disbelief kind of the same thing as denial?
No, denying, being shocked that something happened or not being able to believe that it happened doesn't mean you're not acknowledging that it happened. It's like watching a car wreck in front of you and saying it didn't wreck in front of you. That's denial. Disbelief is like, I can't believe that just happened.
This is a great way to start a show.
I'm actually interested in this now. I mean, I've obviously heard and studied the stages of grief and everything before, but denial doesn't necessarily mean like you don't believe it.
Denial means that you're not acknowledging that it has happened.
Yeah, okay, right. But not that you say that it didn't.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I guess
Otherwise, I've
denial
never been in
this-
grief.
in this context would be like, no, we're just on a break, from the show.
Right.
It's coming back.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna change their minds. I guess that would be denial.
Yeah, like shock and disbelief would be like, like after week 3 would be like, this is strange. I can't believe it's gone. And stuck in that beginning part. And then after that is the denial of saying it's going to come back. And then the anger is that how could they do this to me? It's the Spider. I gave everything to this company.
The people listening are probably like, this is their fucked up way of telling us they're canceling the show for good. We're
I
not.
think I would be in bargaining. I
Bargaining.
think I would already be in bargaining. Like, guys, what if we got the band back together one more time? And you're like, guys, it's been 3 weeks.
I think I would just hop straight to guilt. This is all my fault.
I didn't think that was one of the stages of grief.
Yeah, it's in there.
It is. It's after bargaining.
I thought that was depression. I guess guilt and depression. go
Depression's
together.
after guilt. There's 7 stages, Ben.
When did they get us? How many stages do you people need to process something? I only need the 5.
All right.
And I'm not
we'll
even
go
sure
over
I've
it again.
experienced one of them.
Shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression. Now, see, this one has different wording.
I'm Googling it.
Testing or how many? There has to be one definitive answer here, boys.
Let's go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia has 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. That's the answer. There is not a better answer.
What is the 7-step? Oh no, this is the 7-step grieving process, not the stages of grief.
Those sound like the same thing to me.
No.
Boys, this is really sad, but I just Googled 5 stages of grief, and then like it gives you the Wikipedia thing, it gives you another article, and then it says people also ask, what's the 7-step grieving process? There you go, Brandon, that's for you. What are the 3 C's of grief? Don't know, don't care. The next one is really sad. Does my deceased husband see me cry?
What?
It's just there.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nope.
I don't like that one bit.
Brandon, how are you doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
How are you
Doing
now?
pretty good, boys. Sometimes you have to feel sad, and that's okay. That is okay, boys. That's all a part of life. Let it soak in, but don't let it drag you down.
Are you sad right now?
No, I'm great. I'm fantastic, actually. Yeah, I'm great. I'm in none of the 7 or the 5 steps or the 3 C's. I don't even. I'm in none of those. So, yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just had Taco Bell with my girlfriend, so things are going pretty damn good.
Nice.
Had a Baja Blast, a 0. I don't want to hear any grief about the Baja Blast 0, Ben.
0's fine. But where did you have it?
Taco Bell.
Okay, that's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
And it was fantastic. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a nice meal. Got some laundry started.
Sorry,
Can't complain. Although I think my car shit the bed. But go
Oh.
ahead, Dave.
I have something more important than your car shitting the bed. I have to admit, I've never had Baja Blast. Can you guys
Come on, man.
describe the flavor? Like, is it like Mountain Dew adjacent? Like, how is it more Gatorade? What does it taste like?
Let's
I don't
see.
know if I can.
Can't describe it.
Google says a mix of lime, pineapple, and mango.
Okay.
Citrus taste and notes that fans often described as lime, pineapple, and mango. So it's kind of like a more tropical, typical green classic Mountain Dew.
It
I'm
tastes a lot like
imagining-
the blast of a Baja.
True.
I'm imagining like a cross section between a Sprite and a Hawaiian Punch. Am I going in the right direction there?
It has the essence of that. Yeah.
Sprite and Hawaiian Punch.
See, here's the thing:
sure.
is that I'm sure they have Baja Blast at like the gas station or the convenience store, but I don't have a Taco Bell close to me, so I'm like I can't just go to the convenience store and buy it, right?
No, you don't
'Cause
want to break the law.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just never have the opportunity, but I've always been curious. So
Yeah.
I gotta.
Just get one.
Okay.
Just get one at the gas station. It's just
Can
as
I get
good.
a pardon this one time?
Well, sure. You can do whatever you want. I don't actually care. But I want you to be satisfied. And my fear is that if you have one out of a can or whatever,
It's not the same.
that you may be dissatisfied with your first impression. And I don't want that for you. Like, I care about you too much to encourage that to happen.
It's the same, bro.
It's literally not. I mean, no one in the
Oh my
world thinks
fucking
that any
God.
fountain drinks are the same as the ones in cans. It's a
It-
different recipe.
It's a different ratio, but it's the same syrup.
Yes, but what you just said, it makes all the difference. It's like if I said a very strong espresso is the same thing as a latte. It's not.
No,
it's the same amount of coffee in there, sure.
It's more like using the same coffee beans with filtered water and tap water. Is it going to taste different?
It's
Yes,
not, bro.
but it's going to
not.
be relatively the same, brother.
That's not true.
I thought you were, hold on. I thought the claim the whole time was you have to eat Baja Blast with Taco Bell for it to have
No.
the flavor it's supposed to have. But you're saying it's coming out of a fountain is what makes the difference.
I'm saying that if you don't drink Taco Bell, if you don't drink Baja Blast from a Taco Bell, you don't have to be in the Taco Bell. You don't have to eat food with it. You can get it from there and take it somewhere else. If you drink it any other way, it's against the law.
So if McDonald's had Baja Blast coming out of its pop fountains, it wouldn't be the same.
Correct, unless Taco Bell gave it to them directly.
Okay.
I
Also,
don't
they serve
have
Coke products.
I do not have John Taco on speed dial. Mr. Taco, Mr. Bell, actually.
Mr. Bell. Yeah, I don't know. I do just genuinely think it tastes way different. It tastes different. I don't care.
It does, but it's in lieu of him driving far away. I'm saying
That's why I
it's
said
not
I'll
that
let
big
you
of a
have the
deal.
experience. I'm not going to argue with him that he can't have the experience. Like, it's fine. But I worry for him. I cry at night thinking about Dave not having his first experience with Baja Blast be inside of a Taco Bell. And also, you just admitted that it was different. So shut up. What are we even talking about?
I'm not saying that it doesn't taste different. I'm saying that it's close enough that your argument is Dave's going to have a great experience with it either way. Why? Because it's delicious and bad for you.
I mean, I actually, aside from my joke about the law, I actually don't care for it out of a bottle or a can. I don't think it tastes good.
Whatever, man.
This is the HP podcast where we talk about, I don't even know what the hell we talk about anymore. Except for we also sometimes talk about video games along with it. You can check us out on Patreon. My voice is going, boys. It's about to be gone. Patreon.com/handsomephantom. Or you can hang out with us on Discord at handsomephantom.com/Discord. Did I fix that link? I mentioned it 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if I did it. Hold on. Yo, I did it. No, I didn't. Shit. But if you go to the link at the bottom of handsomephantom.com, it takes you to the Discord. This is stuff that shouldn't be done right now, and I'm looking at it. just come hang out with us. Be cool. I guess we'll talk about some video game news.
Hell yeah.
The show is off the rails from the start.
Get this started, boys. I'll be right
It
back.
was even crazier before we went live, honestly, if I'm being real with you. Brandon says, get this show on the road and then leaves. According to the PlayStation blog, on April 7th, Starfield is coming to PS5, inviting a whole new community of explorers into the settled systems. At the same time, Starfield's biggest free update yet, Free Lanes, and all the new Terran Armada story DLC will go live across all platforms. For those of you stepping into the frontier for the first time, this version of Starfield is the result of years of love from Bethesda Game Studios and the Starfield community. Bigger, deeper, and packed with even more ways to play. PlayStation 5 features. Every firefight and dogfight in Starfield hits harder with the PS5 DualSense controller. It goes on to talk about some more of those types of things. The in-game audio logs and non-local ship intercoms will pour through the DualSense controller speaker. Whoever wrote that, pour through, like it was like that meme with the guy with the pen and the fire coming off of it as he's writing. Like they were like, "Wow, I'm gonna say pour. It's gonna hit." So lots of enhancements, all that kind of stuff. Dave, what do you think about this? First of all, I don't even know I don't remember if you played Starfield or not, but this is, I don't think it did as well as everybody was hoping it would do, at least on the Microsoft side. But it's kind of a big deal for this game to be coming to PS5, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was reminiscing a little bit while I was reading this story, thinking about the launch of Starfield and how, like, in retrospect, it was a relatively good launch by Bethesda standards. Especially for it being such a large scale game. We know how the Elder Scrolls games and the Fallout games have come out in pretty shitty states, whereas Starfield launched in a pretty good state. So I did play Starfield at launch, and I played it for about 10 hours and put it down just because, I don't know, I got kind of bored, and I felt it was really slow, and it didn't really have the hook that some of the other large-scale RPGs that I played had. But, I mean, the good thing is for people who didn't go out and buy an Xbox or whatever to play Starfield at launch, they're getting a pretty good product on PlayStation. Excuse me. This game has had a number of quality of life fixes. I think structurally they changed some stuff. There's a whole bunch of new content. Not all of it is great from what I understand, but the product that's launching on PlayStation appears to be much better than what Xbox got. But again, it launched in a pretty good state. I played it on Series S, and I have been thinking about trying to go back to it, and I think I probably would pay the full price to play it on PlayStation rather than playing it on Series S. And I don't recall I didn't have any performance issues or anything, but I just, I knew if there was like a trophy supported higher quality version that I had to pay $60-$70 for a game like that, I probably would have played it for longer than I did when I had it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think, myself aside, it looks like Microsoft is kind of positioned to continue their track record of having their first party titles do really well on PlayStation. I'm just gonna get kind of pissy if it was received. Starfield was received kind of like a lot of hype, and nothing could ever live up to the hype that Starfield had. But it kind of got meh reactions, and I'm gonna get really schmarmy if I suddenly see everybody saying this is the greatest game ever because it's on PlayStation now. So that seems to be the case with a lot of this stuff. But in any case, if you waited and you're getting it on PlayStation now, you're getting the best version of the game. It's kind of like the people who waited for Cyberpunk to play on Nintendo Switch 2. That's really the best place to play it. So this is a very similar situation to that. But yeah, Brandon, I think you were, Ben was the Starfield apologist, and I think you and I were this game's boring, right?
Yeah, yeah. It being on PlayStation, there's no way to save this game from being incredibly boring. But I agree with Dave here. I think that even if there is flaws in this game, PlayStation is definitely getting the best version. And I think the people that have waited and don't have multiple consoles will be getting their money's worth out of this, even if it's still boring. I think it's a fine game. I just think that some of the fundamental problems that I had with this game in the time that I played it are not fixed by time. It's how the game's arranged. I was reading some of the things they have added. Certainly seems awesome. Some of the things that they've introduced, things that should have been there from the start, but we've seen a lot of these space games kind of get better as time goes on. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I hope they continue to recoup some costs. We want Bethesda to do good, make money. It's a studio we care about, even if it's divisive at points. So, didn't really resonate with this one. Will not be buying it again. Have no interest in ever playing this game again. Not even with the shitty AI filters. But yeah, this is good. I'm happy because people will buy this. I think this will sell fine. I don't know if it will ever live up to the expectations. A couple of weeks ago, I said that I think these companies think that they're going to make a fuck ton of money on PlayStation, and I think they should be happy to just continue to recoup costs because I think the development cost to get it to the other console is obviously significantly lower than the initial cost, and they should be happy with any amount that they're able to rake in over time, in my opinion. But I think they usually forecast significantly higher, and then when sales fall short of their forecasts, then there's usually layoffs and repercussions. But I think they should really set themselves up for success by saying that this is an old game, even if it's not been on this console. We should set our expectations not to the stars, no pun intended, but just not launch. You're not going to get launch. You're not going to get Game Pass numbers because it's not the same, and it's old now, even if it's new to this ecosystem.
I don't remember being a Starfield apologist. I remember liking it.
Yeah, that's
Is that the same thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty much.
that's fair enough.
Denial. This is denial.
This is denial.
Yeah, he's in that stage.
No, I had like a moderately good time for the 60 hours I played it, but the thing about this game is I've never ever felt any desire to go back to it, which sucks because it's a Bethesda game, and that's like the whole thing with Bethesda games is that you go back to them, and it's just never been something I've felt like doing. Matter of fact, it did make me want to play other games. Like I think after I played Starfield the only time is when I first picked up No Man's Sky for the first time, and I was like very into that. The superior Starfield, in my opinion.
Yep.
Anything else about this, boys?
No, I'm glad it's coming. All
Yeah.
joking aside, it is good
Yeah.
for gamers. So.
For sure. It's been an adequate amount of time now that they can justify it to their base. And I did see a bunch of people like talking about the new stuff that's coming, being excited about it. I'm not excited enough about it to go back to the game. The only thing that's even remotely interested me is I saw there was like a crazy Star Wars mod that looked like it could be fun, but I still didn't have the energy to do that. So, all right. Coming from Digital Foundry, a feature.
Holy shit.
NVIDIA's new DLSS 5 brings photorealistic lighting to RTX 50 series. At its GTC 2026 event, NVIDIA has revealed the next generation of DLSS. It isn't frame rate, frame generation, or performance enhancing technology. Instead, it's NVIDIA's attempt to use machine learning to leapfrog generations of GPU hardware evolution to deliver photorealistic lighting using the hardware of today. And we saw it demonstrated in titles including Resident Evil Requiem, Hogwarts Legacy, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Oblivion Remastered, and Starfield. The transitional lighting delivered by DLSS 5 is frankly astonishing and will be coming to RTX 50 series GPUs by fall 2026. It goes on to talk a lot more about it, and there was some like hubbub internally at Digital Foundry apparently about the fact that this article got posted in a positive light at all apparently. But boys, I'm sure you've seen this. For anybody who didn't see it, our YouTube thumbnail this week is inspired by some of these screenshots. And I will say, I think that our YouTube thumbnail is probably the best of these screenshots that I've seen.
Agreed.
Brandon, we don't really love this, right? Like, I feel like we're aligned on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly strange. I will say that.
I meant we as the royal we, like the entire world.
Yeah, I mean, AI bad.
I'm not there. I don't think AI bad.
Yeah.
I think this bad.
Yeah, I mean, as a whole, AI bad. On a macro level, AI is bad, but on a anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this certainly caused some insane buzz on the internet, did it not? The people talking about this specifically, insane. The amount of people and the controversy that this entire thing, the DLSS 5, kind of brought to the internet in the past couple days. Um, I still am not 100% sure on where I land with this, because one part of me thinks that it's interesting. I don't even want to say good, interesting. And the other part of me thinks that it's bad. Um, some of the screenshots look great. I think some of them look fucking awful. Very bad. They look like every AI slop image I've ever seen. Um, and I think that you can't really replace the talent of the people that put the skin textures and the lighting and place every single hair on a character's head with something a machine's doing. I think these were probably cherry picked examples, and I'd love to see how this is going to be further implemented into games in the future. I know they had mentioned how they would offer developers options to turn this off, but as a cost savings measure, I would not be surprised if we see this in every fucking game, in lieu of having people come in and who have studied the way light works against skin through hair, and kind of cutting corners here. But yeah, I as divisive as it was on the internet, I also feel a little bit torn about it. So I'm very interested to see how you guys feel. I think I mostly think it's a bad thing. I think it's interesting, and I'm glad it's being thrown out as an option. But what we've found with options and the way the video game industry works anymore is that if there's a way to cut cost and to cut artistry out of something to save a buck, it will happen time and time again, because this business is often treated as a way to make money and not a form of art, as so many businesses are in this country. But yeah, that kind of is why it's a little icky to me. What do you guys think?
Getting to the economic whatever side of it, not yet. I think this is awesome that this technology can exist and does exist. I think that when they say it's just lighting changes, I don't believe that, because there's definitely like a Gen AI funk to it that may be heavily based on the images, especially the faces, right? Like some of them are like different structures, not just different lighting, and different features even. Like I think the one guy has like a crease in his upper lip in the DLSS 5 on, and doesn't in the other one. That just doesn't exist. So I don't really have a problem with this existing. I think some of the reason it looks so uncanny valley is that we're used to those characters the way they looked before, and then we see them again. So maybe if the first time you ever saw them was with DLSS 5 on, it wouldn't be so freaky. I do think there is still that, like, especially with some of the screenshots they shared, there's definitely some like it's kind of has the typical AI markers to it. But I think the technology itself is really cool. When I say I don't like it, I just mean like I don't know if I like the way it looks. I kind of want my video games to still look like video games, at least a little bit, and not like a guy I might know standing looking at me on the TV. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we got a consensus here because I'm pretty much right on the same page as you guys are. Where I find the technology impressive. I think it kind of takes post processing to a whole nother level, but I think it crosses a line where it takes the original character design and art direction and it changes it in a material enough way where it's kind of diverging from the creative aspect of it. And it would be like somebody at the bookstore taking an author's book and rewording it and then selling it directly to the consumer. It's like you're telling the same story, but in a different enough way where it's sort of separated from, the creative mind that created it. So it's just a bit uncomfortable. I guess I'm starting to get a little bit pessimistic though when it comes to Gen AI because it's here. We can kick and scream all we want. It's not going anywhere. And as Brandon mentioned, it's going to save companies a lot of money. And these are businesses before their art forms, or ultimately they're businesses before art forms. So that's going to win. So I don't know. The other thing that I'm kind of curious about is like, what does this mean? What are the technical and cost prerequisites of this? So they said in the article that this could be a part of NVIDIA's 50 series cards coming out in the fall. But like, how much is it going to cost? How much RAM does this need? Like, what does it mean for the consumer to have a card that has this sort of DLSS functionality enabled?
Let me just pause you right there real quick.
Sure.
I'm pretty certain it's coming out on the DLSS 50 series that are already out. They're gonna
So
roll
it's
out
going to be
the
like
feature.
an update. Okay, it's
Yeah.
not part of the new cards.
Yeah. I'm sure new cards will have more. Will have all the things you're asking about for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I wonder about those things, but at the end of the day, I'm with you guys. It like impressed by the tech, but I think they've gone too far. You know, I wonder, I want to hear from a developer on this really. Like, how do you feel about NVIDIA using effectively Gen AI to up-res you know, your character design and your levels and stuff like that to a point where it's slightly different enough where it you know, you've seen the side by sides, and we're going to continue to see this even when this thing comes out. You know, people are going to be posting pictures. You know, if I turn it on and I play a game and I'm just playing the DLSS 5 version, like, I won't know, but I'm going to see online on Reddit, on Twitter, somewhere, the non DLSS version and say that's different enough where I feel like I'm playing a different game, you know? So I'm with you
I think
guys. Impressive, but weird. Bit too much for me.
I think if you asked 10 different developers, you'd get 10 different answers on how they feel about this. Probably
Okay,
runs
but
the
the
gambit.
developer that is happy about it, I would really like to say, and you know, the guy who's counting revenue, you know, that's one thing because our games are going to look better and we don't have to pay anything to up-res them like this. But like the creative ones, you know, the ones who you know put pen to paper and came up with a design for a character, are seeing that. Like, I really want to see the case for it from that end of the argument. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on this subject?
It's getting weird, boys.
This is a little bit of an older story, but we missed talking about it last week because I was away and the boys had to play. And I was just trying to do like a thing there. Sorry. This is from the Xbox Wire. From GDC, building the next generation of Xbox. The characters, worlds, and stories from developers across the world have shaped every stage of Xbox's evolution. What's possible and where we go next. As we celebrate 25 years of Xbox this year, I want to give a special thank you to the developers, past and present, who have helped define Xbox's legacy, including the more than 5,000 developers around the world currently building for Xbox. We're continuing to push innovation for our next 25 years, with our team hard at work on our next generation first-party console. Project Helix is designed to play your Xbox console and PC games, delivering leading performance and ushering in the next generation of console gaming. As part of our multi-year partnership with AMD, we're shaping the future of rendering and simulation. Project Helix is powered by a custom AMD SoC and designed for the next generation of DirectX and FSR to unlock what comes next. It delivers an order of magnitude leap in ray tracing performance and capability, integrates intelligence directly into the graphics and compute pipeline, and drives meaningful gains in efficiency, scale, and visual ambition. The result is more immersive, realistic, and dynamic worlds for players. I'm excited to share that we plan to ship alpha versions of our hardware to developers beginning in 2027. Boys, you guys pumped? You pumped for new Xbox hardware? Dave, you're the only one who was excited about buying an Xbox this generation. The other two of us did, but you're the only one who was excited about it.
and didn't.
I thought you got it.
It was
Well,
gifted to
it
me.
was gifted,
Yeah.
but by your wife.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
Yeah.
you asked for it and knew you were going to get it. Like you gave it to yourself, basically.
Sure. Okay. I'm
My
getting-
wife also gifted me mine because she didn't tell me no. So, you know,
I I know this is just like a first announcement, and it's sort of meant to be like a glimpse behind the curtain. And I think the whole "it plays PC games" was leaked or rumored, and they've kind of confirmed that now. But you know what I'm getting from this? I'm getting Wii U vibes, where the fatal flaw with Wii U is confusion. I don't think people understood what the upgrade was. What's the selling point of this? Why do I need to buy this over the competition? And I've been questioning Microsoft's strategy with Xbox for a long time, and we all have. And I continue to do that because why now? Like, what purpose did it serve to make this announcement and give us this peek behind the curtain? Because the message wasn't clear. They had nothing of consequence to show. They just kind of wanted to sprinkle a little bit of, you know, I almost would have just preferred if they just showed the logo Project Helix and said nothing and give us like a date, you know, like we're going to have a fulsome announcement on like this date in June or something like that. But I'm really struggling with, you know, what is this? What am I supposed to be excited about now? It plays PC games. Well, we have PCs. It plays back catalog Xbox games. Well, we have Xboxes. So what is the reason I'm supposed to purchase this over a PlayStation 6 or a Steam machine or just an all-out PC or even the Switch 2? Like that's your competition there. And Xbox, if you're listening, you need to make it very clear what you think your competitive advantage is over the rest of the industry. And there's something like, we all know that RAM is going to cost way too much money. And if there's anybody in this industry who could weather that storm and put out a consumer priced friendly device in the next generation, it's Microsoft. The other advantage that Microsoft has is with software. You spent years purchasing all of these different top tier studios, and they've been putting out middling content over the past 5 years that, like, if you just gave one more shot at like real true exclusivity, you could give gamers a reason to want to buy whatever the hell Project Helix is. But whatever you think the competitive advantage that Project Helix is going to have, make it clear and shout it to the masses. If it's a miss, it's a miss. But this right out the gate is not a good start. So I don't know. I don't think I'm alone in feeling the way I do about this kind of degree of confusion over what Microsoft has done. And it sucks because, as I just illustrated, I think they have the resources and they have the potential to really put something out there with a competitive advantage. You know, with the last generation, it was Game Pass, but they screwed it up by, you know, blurring the lines between Xbox and PC, and nobody bought the hardware. So I don't know. I've talked a lot on the show about how I really hope that Microsoft is able to get back to the glory days. If I was a betting man, I don't think they're going to do it because there's no strategy, you know. But I don't know. I would love to see them get this right, but I'm just at this point I'm not seeing it. So, yeah.
Bando.
Is this to get the shareholders hyped, or like what's going on here? Because you really didn't say anything with this announcement, and I guess it's like, I don't know. It would be like if we published on our website, not like that at all, that the PS6 was coming, and then it's going to have great graphics, and then it's going to be streaming pipeline, and they're going to work with this company. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we know you're going to do this, and yeah, it has a fancy name and a cool logo, but both of those will be changed by the time the console comes out. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is just typical corporate bullshit. Get people excited. Something to put at GDC to take up a slot, to have your name be out there and to get articles written about you. But I don't really think there's anything of substance to even talk about here, really, other than the fact that we know this is coming now. We've speculated now for a while whether Xbox would continue to traverse in the console market. Now, whether or not this is more akin to a console or a PC is yet to be determined. it having the ability to play PC games certainly lends itself to it being more like a PC. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess that's cool, but um, there are very few things that I can't play on my PC that I can only play on Xbox. And there's still, to Dave's point, there's still not like the reason to get it. And I know it's early, so I don't really think they need to give that to us right now. But moving forward, I agree with Dave.
Nice. I think I agree with both of you. I don't think I have anything else to add. Other than that, I hope it's cool. I don't even know if I want it or will want it or have a need for it. I just want innovation and a reason for people to have a competition between different people, different companies, different greedy, money-hungry companies.
Yep.
All right. We got a few other things here. Actually, we've got one more news story and then a couple rapid fires. This one is big. Dave. Huge Nintendo Switch 2 update adds handheld mode boost for Switch 1 titles. This is from IGN. It says Microsoft has announced a major new Switch 2 feature that improves the performance of most Switch 1 games when played in handheld mode.
Who announced that?
What did I say?
Microsoft.
I'm reading and I said Microsoft?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
Yeah. The Switch
Carry
is
on.
produced by Nintendo, Ben.
Don't know how I got there. That's crazy. I'm literally reading an article. A handheld mode boost option has been added in the chunky Switch 2 firmware update, which brings the console up to version 22.0. 22.0.0? That's a weird way to say it. The feature, which is buried at the bottom of Nintendo's patch notes, allows for boosted Switch 1 games when playing in handheld, with performance akin to playing with the console docked. A separate support page on handheld mode boost suggests Nintendo has achieved this by simply having your Switch 2 act as if you were playing while docked, even if you're not, which does add a few technical issues detailed in full below. I won't get into them all, but my question is, if they can do this, why don't they always do this for all games? If the Switch can play games in handheld mode as if it were on docked mode, why doesn't it? Battery?
Probably battery and performance.
Yeah.
I mean, those are probably the two biggest ones right there.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you think of this?
Is this a sign that they're going to start to slow down Switch 1 production sooner than they thought or they wanted to?
I don't know about that. I think it's probably more of a value add for people who are on the fence already about buying a new Switch.
Yeah. I think that's where my thinking was going. Is it's not? There's people out there who don't own a Switch 1 yet. And
Right.
It's the more cost-effective option, but if you as you say, increase the value out of paying extra money for the Switch 2, then I don't know. I just know where the price of hardware is going, so I wonder if maybe they're going to have to slow production a little bit sooner than they had anticipated normally. So, but in any case, this is great news. It's a really proactive move by Nintendo, Brandon, because it enhances the value of your back catalog.
Something has to.
It's another reason to revisit Echoes of Wisdom, on Switch 2. So, Nintendo once again proving that they're a gamer-first company, Brandon.
Lol.
And
There's never been a more false statement spewed.
they've transcended, corporate greed, and they're just they're up there with Ubisoft. They're just giving you free stuff and enhancing the value of your console. So yeah, good for them. I think this is a cool move. And I don't know if you guys have seen any of the comparison videos, but this isn't a minor update. This is a big deal, and it really has improved the look and feel of some of the older Switch titles. So, yeah, there you go.
Brandon, when are you going to get a Switch 2 now? You have to now.
I kind of want to play Pokopia, but that's about it.
I get it.
I don't even really want to play Bonanza that much. Like around when it came out, I had a lot of FOMO. I want to play it because I love the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And it's the same team. but I've been going so hard on Pokemon. Pokopia looks awesome. It looks like everything I wished Animal Crossing was, because I don't know. I could never get into that. I never understood it. I never thought it was fun. I don't get it.
The I was planning on buying Pacopia eventually, but I just have so much else to play, and then Crimson Desert's coming out tomorrow. I'm planning on playing that, and it was just a whole thing. And last night, a friend just gave me a code for it. So now I'm going to play it.
Wow.
I still don't know when, but I'm going to play it.
Wow.
Is it exclusive to Switch 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, or I probably would have bought it.
Greedy fucking company.
And that's $70, Dave. In fairness, it does look like it requires a slight bit more power than like Animal Crossing or something, but I don't know if it needed to be Switch 2 exclusive. But
looks
it's certainly
like
helping
fucking
them.
Minecraft, bro. It's not that bad.
I mean, right. But when I think about Animal Crossing, it even didn't run that great on the Switch 1.
You right.
And every time you wanted to go into like a building, it took like 4 minutes to load in.
Fucking Tom Nook, dude. He's a war criminal.
Dude, I got tired of trying to go, sell, buy and trade and sell because I didn't have 45 minutes to load up into somebody else's world. All right, some rapid fire news. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has had a release date change. Excuse me. My throat's like closing up on me right now. I don't know what's going on.
Pause.
But it's actually moving to May 22nd instead of what was the original date?
It was a week after. It was the 29th.
Okay. So it's coming out on the 22nd. You'll be able to play it the 19th if you buy the early access. Boys, of all the... I understand this is a hyped up game. I understand people like to play things early. I can't imagine being like, I need to play the Batman game 3 days early. I don't know. I just don't...
Well, dude, if your kid knew that it came out on that date and then you just came home from work and was like, you're asking them how excited they are about it, they're like, what if you could play it right now?
Oh,
Imagine. They're like, I know it comes out in 3 days. They've been talking about it, right? And you're like, what would it mean to you to play it right now?
I want to say that the Venn diagram of children who know that this game is coming out and who don't know that there's 3-day early access is just two separate circles entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Autistic children that love Batman would be so like, oh my God. They should just give it to those kids 3 days early. You know?
Dave, are you excited for Batman?
yes, I am. This is one of my... I don't know if I'm going to buy the early access.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not autistic.
You could
But
try.
This is one of my most anticipated games of the year. So
Yeah. And Grief says, do we really need to play any game 3 days early? No, but sometimes I want to. And there's been a couple where I've been willing to pay the money for it. Like a very few, but a couple. Even though I'm excited for Batman, that's not one of them. Another rapid fire. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core officially launches in May. May 20th. Dave, what are you going to do?
full disclosure, it's early access.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to have a busy May, apparently.
Yeah.
I have reserved expectations for this one because I think it really leans into the shooting and combat from Deep Rock Galactic. And what I love about Deep Rock Galactic is how it balances kind of the mining and teamwork with the combat. So yeah, I'm excited to try it, but I don't have like huge expectations that this is going to be my, this is going to overtake Deep Rock Galactic proper as like my favorite game in the series. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good it finally has a release date because this has been a long time coming.
Brandon, I'm not even asking you because you won't play Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, so I don't care about your opinion on this.
What is that?
You'll play
Let's
this
move
one,
on.
right, Brandon?
I'd probably be interested in playing this one just because it's not the game that you want me to play, and also because it has I could shoot things in it.
You play with the boys.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Literally, the only thing you can do in Survivor is shoot things.
moving
There's no
on.
trigger button though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's fair. As for what we've been playing this week, mine's going to be really short because I've basically been playing nothing. I was away like almost a whole week,
Fake
and
gamer.
then since I got back, I've been so busy. But I've played like a couple hours of Overwatch. I hopped into
Ew.
one round of Arc Raiders. That's it. What? Did you say ooh?
Yeah.
Brandon.
I've been playing a lot of Marathon. Almost entirely Marathon, actually. I like this game a lot, and I don't know if I like it as much as I do because I miss playing a first-person shooter, or I actually think the game's good. But I don't really care. I'm having a lot of fun. Something about it still feels a little off to me. The onboarding is very odd in this game. Most of the time, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I've played for like 10 hours or something like that. But it's been great. It's like the evil version of Arc Raiders, the evil first-person version of Arc Raiders, where everyone is dubious. And I love being toxic in video games. I think that Arc brought out the wholesome side in me, and I do
Wow.
appreciate that side in me. But my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 roots are coming to the surface. They've overgrown ever since Arc Raiders came out, and so it does feel good to be debaucherous. And that's exactly what this game is. It is very cutthroat, incredibly cutthroat, and yeah, I just love clicking on heads, man. I love clicking on people's heads and filling up the boxes and getting new boxes to fill up. You know what I mean? So I love it. I love it. I love it. So good gunplay, art direction. Something I will say about this game, and that I think weirdly enough is a huge sticking point. I've talked about the art direction of this game as a passive enjoyer of this game. I did not play any of the play tests. I didn't play the server slam. I just saw some of the promotional stuff, and I loved it, right? But going into this game and seeing the cinematics, seeing all the 6 different factions and the videos that come with it, I enjoy art a lot. All kinds of art, contemporary art, classic art, all kinds of art. And this game aesthetically is a 10 out of 10. And I know I've complimented it beforehand, having known very little about it, but going into it and being in the atmosphere, amazing. Amazing, amazing. You know, everyone's cheering the demise of this game, wants it to fail, says the numbers are in the shitter. If this game fails, it will still go down as one of the best looking games aesthetically. And I'm not even talking about playing it moment to moment. I'm talking about every moment that your eyes are on the screen. It's aesthetic. And I love it. And it plays super well. So, been having a great time. Honestly, can't get pulled away from it because I haven't played Requiem all week because I've been playing Marathon. In some ways, and this is weird, I was describing this to my girlfriend, is in some ways it's more relaxing to me than Requiem because it's not relaxing at all. I'm going to make that very clear. It's actually the opposite of relaxing. But in Requiem, I have to like pay attention to a story. In Marathon, I have to click on certain colored boxes and put them in my box, and then click on heads and listen with my ears. That's it. I don't have to pay attention to a story at all. So, you know, there is some story, but I think you get what I'm saying. It's like not the whole point of the game as a whole for the most part. So, that's been great. I'm enjoying Marathon a lot. I don't know that it's going to stick around for me as long as Arc Raiders has. I haven't played Arc Raiders in a couple weeks since the expedition ended. But I definitely don't think I'm going to get 300 hours at a Marathon, but I'm enjoying it for now. So
Cool.
Is it pure PV? I know. Is it pure PvP?
you would be very hard pressed to find anybody who's not going to shoot you the second that they see you in this game. Like, very hard pressed. That's the difference. Yeah.
No, there's not much of a don't shoot mechanic to it.
Yeah. So, like, Dave, whereas Arc Raider is like culturally has that, with like the don't shoot and stuff. Marathon has a faction that's a death cult where their challenges revolve around you killing other players. Like it's built into the game like that. So like it's fundamentally it's like anyway. That in Ball X Pit, and I will not call it Ball Pit. I will always call it Ball X Pit because that's what it's called.
Fair enough.
I got some slack for that. You could just call it Ball Pit, Brandon. I like calling it Ball X Pit. It's a great game, man. Fucking love this game. Devolver, as always, has an eye for excellence. We love Devolver, and this is no different. Awesome game. Kind of like a fun take on a brick breaker. If you don't know what Ball X Pit is, check it out. I don't know that I would describe it exactly like a brick breaker, but it kind of is in spirit, like a brick breaker. If you get what I'm saying, Ben, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's a brick breaker, but it's also got a roguelike element to it.
Yeah, but like the spirit of it, it certainly evolves itself past what you would think a traditional brick breaker would be. But super fun. Another game that just oozes like style. I love the style of the characters and the pixelated forms. And just that one more round type of game. Rounds are pretty quick. 15, 20 minutes max. And you could do ones that are shorter than that and sped up. So, yeah, great game. Gives me a lot of Vampire Survivor feels, a lot of Mega Bonk feels where you're just going back in and getting a better run with the same character, evolving different items with each other, and just going and trying out different combos. So, very, very cool. But that's about it. That's about it for me. I haven't played Requiem at all this week, so.
What about you, Davey?
I played and finished Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This was one of the games on my resolution list for my AAA, mostly Sony backlog. So I finished this resolution because my goal was to finish 2 of the games for my backlog, and then my stretch goal was a third. So yeah, I'd been putting off playing Ratchet and Clank for a long time, and I'm glad I finally did because this is like an 8 to 10 hour game, and it's just fun. I think my biggest takeaway is it kind of reminded me of like the early 2010s and my golden age of gaming, where the games that were coming out, the AAA games, were all about like narrative and spectacle and just fun, and set piece moments and stuff like that. Whereas now it's about like metas and playtime and battle passes and engagement. And this was just a fun game, with fun, silly guns. And it's a Ratchet and Clank game, And I think this game's big selling point when it came out was kind of this isn't the first time Ratchet has launched with new Sony hardware as like not a tech demo, but sort of like showing off the processing power of new hardware. And I do think that, the Rift mechanics in this game felt like more of like just a cool platforming thing, like or combat. Like I found myself using the rifts more as like a way to get out of sticky situations in combat. So I kind of think technically it was a little bit lost on me, but it was still like visually one of the best looking games still that I think you can play on PS5. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this game. I was a little let down by the arsenal, like. Some of my favorite guns from like the past Ratchet games were like Mr. Zircon, because he was this little shit talking robot that would just fly around and fight enemies for you, or the Groovatron. Like see enemies just start dancing with a disco ball, but it's hilarious. Like there was no standouts like that for me in Rift Apart, and I kind of struggled with that. But I think all in all, for a Ratchet and Clank game, it's solid, and I'm gonna get the platinum. Because it's an easy platinum, and I only have to put a couple more hours into it. But yeah, I really enjoyed Ratchet and Clank, and glad I finally played it.
I think when I got the platinum, I played it through like once and then started it over again and got the platinum within like 4 minutes of starting it over again somehow.
Yeah, yeah. I've looked at what I have left, and there's not much to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just fun. I love the grind rails in that game. I don't know why. It's I don't know. It's just peak
Yeah.
production in my mind.
I agree.
And so actually, before I started Ratchet and Clank, another game that I had on my list for my resolution was Returnal. This is a game that, again, I had kind of had a fascination with, like watching people play it on Twitch or watching YouTube videos. So like I've consumed a lot of this game without having ever played it. So I finally did, and Returnal, like the the gunplay feels amazing. The movement feels great. The sound, I love the tone and the sound of the game. Like it's very like early Alien, like that really moody creepiness,
Hmm.
and I love that about it. Um, but I quit this game pretty quick because it's a bang your head against the wall kind of difficulty, and just the core gameplay loop. It's the same issue I had with Hades. Like I don't want to start from the beginning again. And I understand the appeal of these games and the grind, or the appeal of the grind. Maybe I'm just too old for it, but I was like, I think I died my third or fourth time, and I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this. And one of the reasons I wanted to play it too is because Soros is coming out, and I see Soros and it looks great and it looks fun. But I'm not going to play that game because I'm confident in saying that these aren't the types of games for me. And the reason why like an Elden Ring or a Souls game I like that is because, if I come against a challenge, I can just go off and do something else and level up my souls and come back and be better. Whereas with Returnal, it's really the luck of the draw, and I don't think you'd have enough like permanent upgrades at the end of each run to like make it feel like you're meaningfully progressing or getting better. So I was like, it's a skill issue. I'll admit that, but
Sure.
I'm glad I finally tried it because it does some really cool stuff with the DualSense, and the DualSense being like a big part of the PS5 hardware when it launched. I think it was a big thing, and I do like the developers that have taken a stab at really showing off the tech of the DualSense, like Astro and this and Ratchet and Clank to an extent. And I wish they would invest, more developers would invest more time in really getting the most out of the DualSense. But yeah, I'm glad I tried it, but I'm confident in saying that I'm not a Returnal type gamer. So yeah, that's it for me.
How long did those runs take you?
I don't know, not long. 20-30 minutes.
So wait, did you buy the game? Sorry, I'm yawning.
No, this episode is brought to you by PSN Plus Premium, whatever the middle one is. Ragnarok, Returnal, and Ratchet.
Okay.
I've had PSN subscription for the last little while.
Gotcha.
That's why I've been playing all this stuff. So no, I didn't buy these games.
I was gonna say that's not like you to bounce off something that quickly that you paid for.
No. And I think that was my problem. That's why I hesitated with Returnal for so long, because I knew it was a bang your head against the wall game, and I'm like, I don't know if it went down to like $20, I probably would have pulled the trigger, but
Sure.
it doesn't go that deep of a discount. So I'm glad I waited until I had the subscription. So yeah, and that's a good point, Ben. Like if I had paid $30-$40 for it, I probably would still be trying, because I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I believe that's all we have for tonight. This week.
That's it.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. Please go over to patreon.com/handsomephantom. Hang out with us. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Hang out with us there. And we'll be back next week.
Yes, sir.
I think that's it. Goodbye, everyone.